was Al-Arqam ibn Al-Arqam. And his name is not so much important, but there is a house that became known near the hill Safa that became known as Dar al-Arqam, the house of Al-Arqam. And this was a man during the early part of the revelation, during the beginning part of Islam, where the Muslims were persecuted by Quraysh. They didn't have anywhere to pray, right? They had to hide and conceal their Islam. And if there's one thing about being Muslim, I can tell you this. It's something that needs to be expressed. Our children need to have ways that they can express their Islam outwardly and not have to hide it. And do so not with mufakhara, right? Not with boasting, but this is who I am. And it's not an issue that I am a Muslim. This is the challenge. This was the challenge of the first community, and likewise it's a challenge for us today. This is why it's so important to study the biography or the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. But anyway, there was a man named Al-Arqam, and he looked at the situation in Mecca, and he said, you know, you Muslims don't even have anywhere to pray. How are you going to teach Islam? How are you going to propagate the deen? Now this was a man, and I say this because, again, it's all about everybody finding a way to contribute to Islam. Islam is not just a religion of scholars. It is not a religion only of scholarship. It is not a religion only of leaders. It's a religion of, as we would say, you know, Joes and Marys, of Yusufs and Maryams, right? Of just average people that can contribute. So he sees the fact that there's this condition. He says, you know what? I own, Ya Rasulullah, I own a house that I'm willing to give to you because I'm so inspired by you as a person. Right? We forget, this is the capacity of the Prophet ﷺ, was to inspire people. We want our children to be inspired in the same way. So he sees this and he says, you know what? Take my house, fi sabilillah. Take my house in the cause and the way of Allah. And in this house was a place that over 40 important Muslims took their shahadas and became, and one of them we know of great importance was Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu. Right? Umar radiallahu anhu, the famous story of when he actually left his house with the intention to kill the Prophet and came into the house and found his sister. That whole incident took place in Dar al-Arqam. So my point is, in that house, once the house was established, the Prophet ﷺ was able to affect his mission to teach Islam to a much greater ability. So yes, having the building is important, but having the people is even more important. And as we can see here tonight, the lesson tonight, inshallah, all of us can take home is to be inspired by the example that the Quran has given us, is invest in people, trust in your Lord, and you will see results, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan. I thank you for your time, and I look forward, inshallah, to hearing some of the recitation. I hope, inshallah, Allah will permit me to come back. You have a beautiful community. You have some really wonderful people here. Take advantage of each other and build off of this. Inshallah, invest in each other, and your future, inshallah, Allah will bless your future. Invest in each other. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.